Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Do you want more in 2026? More money, more success? Then you are in the right place. I'm going to dive in for you, Aquarius, to your money and career energies for 2026. Lots of oracle decks, lots of tarot. Let's see what you need to know. Aquarius, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. My name is Stella Wilde, and I will be guiding you through our epic reading today, where we will be looking at the money and career energies that you can use in the year ahead, because really using the energies changes everything. Now, please keep in mind that these are general readings. If you would like me to look at your personal astrology, especially concerning money and career for the year ahead, you can book a reading with me. The link is in the description. All right, Aquarius, the first thing that we are going to be doing is pulling from this Wealth Code Oracle deck to get you an energetic vibe for the year ahead, money and career energies. This has a planet on it, as well as a mantra and some keywords that might be helpful for you when you're creating your own affirmations in the year ahead. All right, let us see what you need to know. Aquarius. Let us see. Got one here. Ooh, we have the Queen and the Moon. Wow, I am an empowered feminine leader. Now, there are men who watch this channel. Okay, so not a lot, but there are some. So just, tune in with this in terms of using your feminine energies, your intuition, your creativity, your receptivity. And that could be a source of power for you in the year ahead. Remember, everything is a metaphor with these cards. Okay, but we have the Queen, the Moon. This is so pretty. It's the year of the horse in 2026, starting in the middle of February, the day before we have a new moon solar eclipse in your sign, Aquarius. So, and this looks a little like a unicorn to me, which is an energy or a motif I feel associated with Aquarius, but also Sagittarius. So beautiful. The Queen, Moon. I am an empowered feminine leader, regal, courageous, prosperous, loyal, powerful, compassionate, intuitive, responsible, administrative, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. Wow. And Cancer energy is your sixth house of work and well-being. So your daily habits and routines, how you are of service, how you share your gifts and talents, how you are a leader in the day-to-day world, perhaps, with your career, your money life. So gorgeous. Jupiter is still in Cancer until June 30th. I will pull some cards on that a little later in the reading. But also really being the queen of your emotions, leveraging your emotions, being in tune with your emotions, knowing when you're emotionally triggered and when you're more in emotional regulation versus dysregulation. All of this, being acutely aware of the cycles, also Moon, right? That we all go through as we ebb and flow through our months, with the moon shifts and changes. To, empower yourself, being aware of your emotional cycles, I think could be very important for you. Moon is also associated with home energy. So there could be new things going on with that for you. We will pull some tarot in a moment. And Uranus is getting out of that fourth house for you as of the end of April. So the ups and downs, the inconsistencies, the surprises, the craziness that may have visited your home situation in the last 7 years may be finally finished. I had Uranus going through my fourth house, and that's like when I moved 3 times in the span of 4 years. It was crazy. So, that's settling down for most Aquarians as well. But I love this. I'm an empowered feminine leader, and also being very in tune, I think, with manifesting with the moon as well, and the new and full moon cycles, and the fact that, yes, we are having a new moon solar eclipse in your sign. What intentions are you going to be setting for yourself? That eclipse is happening at 28 degrees Aquarius. So if you're born more toward the tail end of Aquarius, this might affect you a little bit more, but I mean, it'll affect everyone of your sign. But let us see what we need to know. Queen, what do you need to know with this energy? The Chariot, Cancer energy, and the Star. Oh my God, beautiful. So we have your energy, the Cancer energy. If you want to get on a new path with your money and career life, if you want more honor, respect, recognition, it is absolutely about tapping into your emotional energy and healing. I mean, this is the other thing too with the Star card, healing any emotional stuff you may have going on that, that keeps you from the success that you want. Finally healing it, letting it go, really also stepping into owning your emotional authority, owning what you want and fully accepting it and saying, I'm going for it. I'm putting my heart, my soul, my emotions, I'm going for it. I'm putting myself on that path to success. And this beautiful Chariot, there could be a choice about your daily habits and routines, your work life in some way. There could be a choice to choose your well-being or something that's more aligned with your well-being because of something maybe just more emotionally fulfilling. That's possible here, more aligned with who you are with this moon and this Aquarius star card that is showing up here. Definitely Chariot, honor and respect come to you in some way. And as the card says here, empowered feminine leadership with both of these cards here, especially too with the Chariot being visible, your visibility. And also I would say your vulnerability, your willingness to be emotionally authentic can do a lot for you in the year ahead. I'm going to be talking about that vis-a-vis the energies that are going to be going into Aries, Neptune, and then Saturn, because that's your third house of communication. And so the more that you can communicate authentically, that is the Aries. Aries energy is very aligned with Aquarius energy. So the more that you can, just show up and be who you are, speak from the heart, communicate from the heart, it's going to go a long way to getting you where you want to go, Chariot, with your career and your goals. It's all about authenticity with Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. All about it. It's no more about just, feel good vibes or I'm just going to ride on the ethers of vibes. Oh no, it's going to be the energy of I have authentically lived this experience and I'm going to share it with you. And that's how you are an empowered feminine leader. You have been through the ringer. You have been through this experience. You have been through this situation. You have the wisdom. You have the knowledge. And, you're not blowing smoke or hot air. You deliver the receipts. You're right there. But in an emotional way, a nurturing way, a way that shows, your vulnerability. Being authentic. This is the thing. We have the sun in Aries, assertion. So now we're having the masculine energy. We just had the moon of the empowered feminine leader, and now we're having the empowered masculine leader, so to speak. It's the sun in Aries. So an assertion, this is your third house of your mind, of communications. So your mind is definitely focused on assertively achieving some sort of important goal. And this is about going for it. And also, if you can see in this card, there is a person slaying a dragon. And for me, dragons represent fears because, maybe dragons were real at one point. Who knows? But metaphorically speaking, figuratively speaking, dragons are imaginatory creatures, right? So our fears are often imaginary. Sometimes they're not, okay? But so there could be something here to assert your mind over your fears. And you show up and you feel the fear and do it anyway. And and be that living example of going for your goals, that empowered feminine leader who also has the masculine energy of let's go for it, let's do it. All right. So both things, you see what I'm saying here. It's the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. And when we have both energies like that showing up in a reading, for me, it's integration. Like you feeling fully aligned and integrated with your emotional motivations of why you're doing things, and also your fiery energy, the sun in Aries, your mental motivations, because that's your third house also. So assertion, flow, emotions, like feeling aligned, knowing exactly why you are doing something and going for it. And not going for it unless you really are feeling it. That's the other thing. Both need to be there. Both need to be aligned. But some of you could be quite involved with this third house. So the writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. This is this Aries. Saturn and Neptune are going into Aries, starting brand new cycles. So it can be a lot about solidifying your commitment to some sort of creative energy, Neptune, some sort of spiritual energy, Neptune, some sort of money goal, because Neptune rules your second house. And when Neptune was going through Pisces, your second house, it could have been hard to make traction with your finances. When Neptune transits our second house, sometimes, yes, money comes in and then it seems to dissolve in the vapors, right? It can be challenging to ground finances in reality and hold on to them, because that's not Neptune energy. But when Neptune is in your third house, it's like you have the spirit of your mind. The imagination can take off. You don't have that impediment also of Saturn maybe bringing money blockages in your second house. And you don't have Neptune causing fog and confusion. So you could be very assertive, very mentally aware of what you want to commit to with your money goals in particular also. And I would say writing down your money goals, scripting your money goals, these types of things could be very, very helpful for you. Using moon cycles with the Queen energy to manifest money or whatever else you want to manifest. So let us see what we need to know about this Sun in Aries energy for you, Aquarius. Talk about Pisces here. It's Pisces, Page of Cups, and the Five of Swords. That is interesting. Until we clear that energy and until we clear your eclipse, I'm feeling, or maybe until we clear the Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which is happening February 26th to about March 20th, there may still be a little bit of doubt you are working through. I feel like this Five of Swords is a little bit of internal conflict over some surprising new way you're imagining your life to be with your money and career. Like you might be very creatively imagining new goals for yourself. Yet at the same time, there's an old internal script running with this Five of Swords, or there's somebody around you feeding your ears with poison, saying you can't do it. So I would be very careful with who you share your plans with, if you share them with anyone at all with this Page of Cups. Like you could be like just wanting to talk to somebody and bounce an idea off them because you're excited about it. The very like sweet Page of Cups energy, like, yeah, I have this, emotional, right? It being emotionally vulnerable. Oh, I have this idea, this thing I want to do. Because Pisces, your second house, how I want to make this money, how I want to do this. And they immediately rain on your parade, Five of Swords. They're like, you can't do that. Nobody's going to buy that. Nobody's going to do that. What do you think? Could be your own script though, in your own mind that's running. So I would just be gentle with yourself, the Page of Cups. Work through and to release any sort of doubts over some sort of new goal you really want to assert for yourself. Because I'm also getting a vibe. The other vibe I'm getting, this is very powerful energy. This sun-moon combo that you have going on here. The sun and the the star and the chariot that's shown up. I feel somebody might be threatened by your energy. Okay, that doesn't mean you should dim your light or dumb down your message or anything like that. But I just feel like your energy is so powerful and so aligned that they may feel threatened by it. 5 of Swords. And when people feel threatened by something, they often criticize it. And they try to, tamp down the enthusiasm. They don't want you to be enthusiastic. They don't want you to be successful. So there could be something going on like that. So they try to be emotionally manipulative. And they could be, as we say here, this assertion, they could be aggressive, and you're just trying to share an idea or get emotional support even. So be mindful of who you're seeking emotional support from with your money and career goals. If you're talking to a friend or whomever about them, or just, be careful about that, because they may not understand what you're trying to do, because there is some energy here of, with the star Chariot, of you kind of being ahead of the game in some way, and they haven't caught up yet, or they don't get it. And also, Aquarius, I will be doing a solar return reading for you for your birthday. So stay tuned to the channel for that. I did one for Capricorn and it's gotten a lot of views. So let's see if your video will beat the Capricorn views. Let's just see. All right, let's keep going here. We have Mars now in Libra, choice. Interesting, because we just had Aries Assertion. Aries ruled by Mars. Now we're getting Mars, but in Libra, which it doesn't like to be in Libra. So that's interesting. So yes, there could be choices in terms of your expansion and growth, your 9th house Libra, Aquarius, where you see yourself headed, how you want to expand and grow. Your 9th house is also related to your personal beliefs, which is also tied into the 3rd house of your mind, as we've discussed. There is energy here in the 9th house about academia, publishing, travel, internet businesses, international businesses, philosophy, politics, these types of things. So Mars, how we use our energy. Again, Mars rules your 3rd house. Aries, are your thoughts and emotions aligned, which is what I was just saying. That sense of the balance, the yin and the yang, the Libra. So there could be maybe in Libra season an important choice you're going to be making. Let's pull some cards and see. It could be related to one of these 9th house areas. 9th house can also be connected with law. Libra can be connected with law. So there are scales of justice on this card. It's a little hard to see. So there could be something there in terms of a legal matter that you need to make a choice about, perhaps. All right, let us see here. What do we need to know? Aquarius. Oh, we have the Hierophant. And we have the Justice. Wow. Okay, so both ruled by Venus. So money, there could be a big money negotiation that's going on, but there is something here of you having a choice about it. Now, maybe this is happening in Taurus season, maybe again, Libra season here with these energies. But where is it going to be fair and balanced? We have your 4th house showing up here of financial security and foundation, home and family, showing up here with the Hierophant. So this might have something to do with negotiating a contract for where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with. If there is something going on with a possible separation or divorce, whether there is a dissolution of a marriage or a business, there could be choices that you'll be making surrounding that. So again, I think the message here is to be an empowered person, to step into your power, assert what you want, use your feminine, masculine energy in balance. It's the Libra. Know when you need to be more forceful, Libra, but always nice. Know when you need to be more in the flow of things, right? So it's, the ebb and the flow. So I think this is very interesting here. So there could be some big negotiation that is going on for you that has legal and contractual scenarios with it. It's possible there are 2. It's possible. Remember, these are general readings. But I would say since 2 major arcana came out that have a very similar vibe to them, pay attention to this. And this could also be, too, something to do with a work contract. It could be also something to do with a communications contract, like intellectual property, because, again, your 3rd house is getting activated as well. So these types of things. And I would say, too, really know who you're dealing with, the Hierophant, because you could be dealing with some powerful institutions in some way in negotiating this type of contract of whatever this might be. As an example, Libra's your 9th house of publishing. Like if, you could be negotiating with a major publisher as an example, right? That, you really want to know where you stand. You want to know, well, what are your rights? So you make sure you have a lawyer, right, that can read the contract, because those book contracts are very tricky. And you don't want to be like just, not legal advice, but consult a lawyer. You don't want to just be like, oh, yes, publish my book, and you sign all your rights away in perpetuity. And then you can never do anything with your intellectual work again because you gave away all your rights. So it's these types of things. Know who you're dealing with, because Hierophant, you could be dealing with people who, have the lawyers, feel like they're very established. They're the big guy or gal and can do whatever. No, make sure that you stick up for yourself and use the legal means that you need to investigate stuff for yourself in regards to contracts with whoever you're dealing with. Don't take things on face value, I think, is important, and negotiate and know that you have choices. You can always say no. That Mars and Libra, you can say no. And let's pull one more and see what else you need to know. Aquarius. So we have assertion, choice, being empowered, and we have Mercury in Pisces, inspiration. We're trying to get away from Pisces energy, right? And we're getting it back again. All right. This kind of goes back to our Page of Cups that we had before. I do think that, yes, you may have some beautiful artistic inspiration or, whatever this little fish idea is that's in your cup of some new thing you want to do to earn money, whatever it might be. It's arising from Mercury energy. So from your natural creative abilities, talents, your abilities to communicate, etc. Mercury is going retrograde in Pisces, as I said before, at the end of February. So, sometimes when Mercury's retrograde, it can remind us of something from the past that we can revive in some way and revise that could be good. So there might be something here where the Mercury in retrograde and the Mercury in Pisces time, you may be going back to some sort of money-making idea. It's your 2nd house or some other project that you started, but you couldn't quite finish it. These types of things. It says inspiration. So you may find inspiration in your past in some way that could help you with your money and career goals. So, and Mercury, you could have a communication from, somebody from your past who could be a money connection or something like that. And it says inspiration. So now that Saturn and Neptune are out of there, you really could perhaps have fresh inspiration for your 2nd house of earning power, new ways to earn money. 3 of Wands, beautiful, Aries energy. Oh, look, the Hierophant again. So again, 4th house, financial foundation, but also teaching, learning, sharing ideas, and contracts, commitments. We got the number 3, the Aries, the 3rd house again. We have this card, Mercury. It says Mercury in Pisces, but Mercury's connected with the 3rd house. So I really feel like there's some sort of vision that you have, an inspired vision that could make money and that could involve buying or selling any type of creations from your brain, from the decisions that you make, from the ways that you communicate. So remember, the 3rd house is, yes, writing. It is speaking. It is teaching, sharing what you know. It is networking. Who do you know? It is sales, and you need good communication skills to be a good salesperson. It is your mind. It is contracts, also the third house. It is transportation. It is learning new things. So Saturn, Neptune going into this third house, having that commitment to expand your energy into something that is inspiring for you, that fires your imagination, but also could make money. I think this is the key here. And that may have something to do with your choices that you're making in the year ahead also. Like you may be deciding, well, yeah, I could do this, that, and the other thing. You know, you have this Chariot here. You're going to have maybe some sort of, choice, fork in the road. Do I choose this path or this path? And with this commitment energy coming up here, and this third house coming up quite a bit, and your emotional energy, I think there's something about honoring your material desires and choosing a path where you can have both things, that you can make more money, but you also can communicate, write, speak, think, emote, with your emotions, feel, that you can feel aligned doing it. So you're not selling your soul, in other words. Whereas maybe before you felt like you had to do that. This time it's different. And you're choosing something that is your vision, that you are inspired by, and knowing that you can make money doing it. It's not either or. All right. Now, Jupiter's in Cancer until June 30th, your sixth house of work and well-being. Let's see what we need to know about that. We've touched on it a little bit. We have, oh, wow, Five of Swords again, comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. We have this again. It's coming up twice. So this is really a very clear message here for you. These new commitments, these new things, this new pathway, your beautiful energy, your empowered emotions, being a leader, stepping up into your life, into greater prosperity, into greater joy, into greater creativity of what you're doing. This has got to go. This is the thing. And there could be somebody around you who keeps like kind of poking at you and reminding you, well, you're not this, that, or the other thing. What makes you think you can do it? Or it's a script that runs in your brain, as I was saying, when you are ready for this. Page of Cups. You're ready to start this. It's your time. This Jupiter in Cancer, remember, Cancer emotional energy, but Jupiter is about expansion. What we focus on expands, and we're talking about emotional energy. It's also your house of well-being, Cancer. So are you going to focus on the negativity, the comparisonitis? And Jupiter just keeps expanding that in your brain, and then you feel like, disempowered? No. Let's pull another one. That's this crossroads I feel that we are coming to. And I think your eclipse on the 17th at 28 degrees Aquarius is going to really help you let that go. But it's always how we use the energy. Jupiter in Cancer. What else do we need to know? Look, abundance. I do. I really feel that with these strong energies of commitment and leadership and creativity energies, like you really could create a lot more abundance for yourself. Material as well as spiritual, creative, all the things. Once you get out of some sort of mindset where you're still comparing yourself and where other people are on their journey versus your own. And that's not going to cut it. So gorgeous, beautiful Jupiter could be bringing you a lot of opportunities to heal your mindset and step into greater prosperity. And also there could just be a lot of opportunities to choose from, like to sort through, because we can't do everything. That's why it's so important for you to be really tuned into your emotional state so that if I pursued that, it would just be too much stress and It's not what I really want. This is aligned better, etc. Also, it's your 6th house of work. There could be all of a sudden a lot more work coming in for you. Whether you're looking for a job, if you have clients, your own business, whatever's going on here, all of a sudden there could be more hours at your job, more opportunities online that you see, I could apply for that, etc. You get my point. So that's nice. We like that. Now, then Jupiter will go into your 7th house of other people, Leo, on June 30th, and it will be in there for a full year. All right. So when Jupiter transits our 7th house, it can bring us teacher type people who are very wise, very spiritual, like sometimes like little, guardian angel type people as well. People who really are benevolent and generous and helpful. So this could be in a business or personal sense. There could be that type of figure coming into your life who would like to, open a door for you. But nothing is ever guaranteed with these transits. It's just a general energy. We have, oh, wow. We have a Leo lion on here. We have conditioning. This is the Devil card in the regular tarot. Notice that this lion is standing amongst sheep. So, and doesn't realize that he's a lion. And we had the comparison cards before. We had the 5 of Swords, the comparison. So there's something here about you really forging your own path with your unique energy and not following everybody else, following the sheep. There's something about you absolutely stepping into an up-leveling of your energy, as we had right from the very beginning, the Chariot and the Star, and you being that empowered feminine leader of your life, in your life, making decisions for yourself, regardless of whatever you've been conditioned to believe. Let's not forget Pluto's also in your sign. Now, Pluto does move very, very slowly. It takes, 14, 15, 16, 17 years for him to go through each sign. So those of you born, right at the beginning of the Aquarius season, you are feeling Pluto on your sun right now. Maybe you have your Venus there or whatever. And this is really about healing whatever conditioning is going on with your sun, your Venus, whatever planet there is there that Pluto is touching. But just in a general sense, this is time for you to not play by other people's rules. Pluto, whenever he reaches your sun, at whatever point you're born in Aquarius season, will encourage you to let go of all sorts of toxic energies. That's what this card represents, the Devil. And free yourself so that you can live up to your greatest potential. But you can do that now, starting now this year. You don't have to wait for Pluto to get exactly on your sun, but you will definitely feel it then, for sure, for sure. But this is beautiful, really stepping into this power. We're talking about Jupiter and Leo. We get the Leo energy showing up here, and Leo is about showing up and shining. And as we had before, the empowered leader and shining with your emotional energy, because the moon is here. So like I was saying before, somebody is going to be very attracted to your emotional authenticity, your willingness to share from the heart, share your experiences. And you could find that, again, opportunities open up with other people because you are willing to do that. You are willing to not play it safe, not go along with all the scripts that society expects us to, and really break out of the pasture of the sheep here and use your unique energy and bravery, that's the Leo, to show people how it's done, to show people how to live an authentic life, especially also communicating their truth. So I think you're like right in time with all of these energies, and whatever opportunities come your way in the year ahead, Aquarius, really run them through your emotional filter, run them through your authenticity filter, run them through your commitment filter. Like, do I really want to sign up for this? Be very intentional with the commitments that you make. So Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me for your money and career energies for 2026. Lots of potential here. Would love to hear in the comments how you plan on using the energies that appeared in today's reading. And remember, if you want a personal look at your astrology, you can book a reading with me. The link is in the description. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.